Thank you, Master of Ceremonies and honorable judges. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Last spring, my dear 82-year-old grandmother fell and got terribly hurt, having a large and painful bruise on her chin. She was not able to support herself with her arms to prevent from getting hurt. Hearing the story, I realized that her body could no longer walk well because she was old. If she were months younger, she shouldn't have got such an injury. I thought in this way and felt really sad. However, one day, I happened to know one fact, and I was very surprised that even children may have such a terrible accident like my old grandmother. Recently, decreasing function of children's body has become a high-profile issue. Such children get injured not because of age, but because of lack of exercise. Today, I'd like to talk about children's physical problems and what we adults should do to protect them as parents or future parents. Unfortunately, decreased function of the body is no longer limited to the elderly. According to the survey of 8,000 elementary and junior high school students in Nao Sakai Prefecture, about 23% of them have some disorders in locomotor apparatus. Bone, muscle, joints, for example. Consider an outside Miyazaki, the number can be estimated much larger. On this point, I'd like you to keep in mind that these functional disorders are very basic ones. That is to say, surprisingly, children are losing the ability of just squatting, standing on one foot, raising their arms straight up, and even just bending and straightening their wrist. Children who have such a function decreased body can get unexpected injury. For example, a 13-year-old boy broke his front teeth and slumped on the floor because he couldn't support himself with all muscles of the arm. Can you believe such a strange reason? Also in the near future, just walking for 15 minutes or just lifting a 2-kilogram shopping bag can be difficult thing. Maybe you're astonished, but this is the reality of today's children. However, I believe children getting injured itself is not a bad thing. The real issue here is the reason why they get injured. In my opinion, injuries through playing outside full of energy are rather good because they learn what is dangerous from small injuries. What I think is a problem is sad injury, which is caused by decreased function of body. I feel these kind of injuries are mocking a child saying, "You cannot move your own body freely when you are young." I also feel that this means children's healthy future is already at an end. And then please imagine the same thing as my grandmother happens to your child. How would you feel if he got hurt on his chin? Not because of age, but because of his big muscle. This mental factor is the biggest problem. And then what happened to the children whose body cannot move properly? The biggest reason is lack of exercise. Video games and smartphones are widely used among children. Moreover, due to this academic career-based society, children have to spare a lot of time in study. In addition to mathematics sports, parents don't possibly allow their children to play outside because they are too much afraid of danger. So in these days, children are likely to stay inside and have a few opportunities to move their body. Then, how can we solve this problem? The key factor is our consciousness. Of course, having children move their body is important, but what we, parents and future parents, should do first is to change our consciousness. In other words, we should we have to realize our responsibility that we should make actively opportunity and environment for children. But we're still not aware of that fact. Therefore, my suggestion is very simple. Please change your consciousness and have high intention to have your children play outside. By just having high intention, you can change a current situation little by little. For example, you can try to control your children's use of electronic devices. You can also try to keep your eyes on children to protect them from danger. If you can consider playing outside as the same important as study, you can try to strike a balance between play and study. You may think my suggestion is tough for today's busy parents. However, I want to say in a loud voice that inner study is the most essential for children. In order to protect it, we have to make an effort, even if it's difficult. Please do not easily give up trying that. Lastly, I want all of you to remember this word. Spare the rod and spoil the child. This means children grow strongly through difficulties. It's true that playing outside is not easy or not completely safe. They cannot game and figure study when only inside. They have to overcome a lot of difficulties. So, everyone, please do not spare the rod, but have courage to use it. And it will protect your child, physically and mentally. Children are our treasure. How do you want your child to grow up? Thank you.
Now we have a question and answer period. Mr. Tamara, please.
Hello, Noah-san. How are you?
I'm nervous, but I'm happy to be here today.
Okay, great. How's your grandmother?
Okay.
How is your grandmother?
She's fine now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You are talking about decreasing function of children's body.
Yes.
Who has the responsibility for that?
In my opinion, the parents have responsibility.
Parents have the responsibility.
And the children, it's not the children's fault, I think.
Okay. You said in your speech that parents don't allow their children to play outside because they are afraid of danger.
Yeah.
What do you think? What kind of danger do you think that they are talking about?
They are talking about small injuries such as cuts on knees or hit stroke or sunburn, and big danger such as criminal or traffic accidents. And the danger, I said in my speech, includes everything.
Okay. Can you help me understand the idiom that you used? Spare the rod and spoil the child. What does this mean?
This means spare the rod means do not use the rod, do not cause difficulties on children. So if you do not cause difficulty on children spoil. I mean, in my speech, children cannot gain a bigger study.
Okay. So, your speech title says, spare the rod and protect the child.
Yeah.
What is the difference?
Actually, I misunderstood the meaning of spare. So my title, the true meaning is do not spare the rod.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Alright, lastly, you have a 1-minute speech opportunity,
Yeah.
so now you can express your opinion with the core message, okay? You have two children. Okay? Which one do you want your child to be? Number one, a child who plays outside all the time but never studies inside. Number two, a child who always studies inside and never plays outside. Number one, number two, which one do you choose?
I choose number one.
Because?
Because playing outside is the precious experience, especially for children. So I think children is playing outside and being full of energy is what children should be. So I choose one child.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.